Ever wondered how these young YouTubers are making millions? It's a question that's been on the tip of everyone's tongue, isn't it? The rise of young, wealthy YouTubers is a phenomenon that's hard to ignore. With every passing day, another fresh-faced teenager seems to pop up on our screens boasting about their latest six-figure paycheck. These aren't your everyday run-of-the-mill millionaires. Oh no, these are youngsters, barely out of high school, who are raking in more money than some of the world's most successful business tycoons. They're making more than doctors who've spent decades studying, more than lawyers who've fought tooth and nail in courtrooms, and more than engineers who've spent years building our cities. They're making it big in the world of YouTube, a platform that's become a breeding ground for overnight millionaires. Some of these young moguls are even out-earning Hollywood A-listers. Can you imagine that? A teenager with a webcam and a dream, making more than the star of your favorite blockbuster movie. It's a wild thought, isn't it? But how? How are they doing it? Is it through sheer talent, a stroke of luck, or maybe just maybe it's a sprinkling of that good old internet magic? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The truth, my friends, is not as glamorous as it seems. There's a darker side to this tale of youthful success. A side that's often swept under the rug, hidden behind the flashy thumbnails and the glitzy vlogs. These young YouTubers with their multi-million-dollar mansions and their luxury sports cars, they've got a secret. A secret that might just shatter the glossy image they've so carefully cultivated. But are these young moguls as they seem? Well, stick around because we're about to dive deep into the dark reality behind the YouTube millionaire dream. And trust me, it's not as picture-perfect as you might think. So, what's the catch? How do these fresh-faced teens make their fortunes, you may wonder? Well, it's not all about the fancy sports cars, lavish vacations and designer clothes that the camera loves to capture. There's a less glamorous, darker side to this YouTube dream. Let's start with the relentless pressure to churn out content. Yep, you heard it right. These young creators are on a constant treadmill, racing against time and trends to feed the insatiable beast that is the YouTube algorithm. They're always brainstorming, filming, editing, and then starting all over again. It's a never-ending cycle that often leaves them with no time for a normal teenage life. School, friends, hobbies. They often take a back seat to the all-consuming need to maintain their channel's popularity. And speaking of popularity, it's a fickle friend. One day, you're the internet's darling, and the next, you're old news. The stress of staying relevant, of continually reinventing oneself to keep those views and likes coming, is immense. It's a high-stakes game where the rules can change overnight, and there's always someone younger, funnier, or more creative waiting in the wings. Then there's the financial aspect. While it might seem like these YouTubers are swimming in ad revenue and sponsorship deals, the truth is a bit more complicated. Ad revenue can fluctuate wildly, influenced by factors beyond their control, like changes in YouTube's policies or a global pandemic. And those lucrative sponsorship deals, they come with strings attached, often requiring creators to compromise their content or their values for the sake of a paycheck. So that's the reality behind the glitz and glamour. It's a world of relentless pressure, fickle popularity, and financial uncertainty. A world where young people often trade their childhood for a shot at fame and fortune. It's a high price to pay, and one that's often hidden behind the glossy veneer of YouTube success. It's not all glitz and glamour in the YouTube world, huh? You might think they're sharing their real lives with you, but let's take a moment to delve into the world behind the screen. The world of ultra-rich young YouTubers is not as it seems. It's all about the illusion of authenticity, a meticulously curated facade that is as enticing as it is deceptive. What you see on your screens isn't a spontaneous capture of their everyday lives. Rather, it's a carefully crafted persona, a strategic blend of reality and fantasy designed to keep you hooked. Every post, every video, and every story is a calculated move, a piece of the puzzle that forms their online identity. But why? Why go to such lengths to maintain this illusion of authenticity? It's simple. It's about relatability. It's about creating a connection with you, the viewer. The more you feel connected to them, the more you're likely to engage with their content, and the more valuable they become in the eyes of their sponsors and advertisers. However, maintaining this perfect image is not without its consequences. It's a high-pressure game. Imagine having to constantly scrutinize every aspect of your life, deciding what to share and what to hide, how to present it, and when to post it. It's a never-ending cycle of performance anxiety, and it takes a toll on mental health. And let's not forget about the impact it has on their young audience. The illusion of a perfect life can create unrealistic expectations, leading to a sense of inadequacy and dissatisfaction with one's own life. It's a dangerous game, And yet, it's a game they're compelled to play, caught in the vicious cycle of the YouTube fame machine. So before you get lost in the glitz and glamour of their seemingly perfect lives, remember that what you see is not always what you get. The line between reality and illusion is blurred, and often what lies behind the illusion is a far cry from the picture-perfect image presented to the world. So the real life you're seeing might not be so real after all. But surely, these young entrepreneurs are giving back to their fans, right? You'd think, wouldn't you? But let's delve a tad deeper into the murky waters of the exploitation game. These so-called whiz kids are not just creating content for the love of it or merely to entertain their fans. There's a grander scheme at play here, a game of influence and manipulation, where young audiences are the pawns and the ultimate profit is the king. You see, these YouTube tycoons have discovered the secret formula for exploiting their influence. By having such a massive following of young, impressionable minds, they've found a goldmine. These young audiences are not just passive viewers, they are potential consumers, ripe for the picking. And the YouTubers are well aware of this. They cunningly use their platform to sell products and services under the guise of sharing their favorite things, or just trying to help out their fans. The reality, however, is far from this benevolent facade. Often they do this without full disclosure, without letting their fans know that they are getting a hefty commission for every product sold or every service subscribed. They make it seem like they're doing it out of the goodness of their hearts, when in fact, it's all part of a meticulously crafted strategy. The irony is that while they present themselves as self-made successes, they're actually building their empires on the backs of their unsuspecting followers. They're not just selling products, they're selling dreams. Dreams of wealth, success, and a glamorous lifestyle, all wrapped up in a shiny YouTube video. But the question we need to ask ourselves is, are these dreams real? Or are they just illusions crafted by these YouTube moguls to keep their followers hooked and their pockets lined? And so we circle back to our opening question. But surely these young entrepreneurs are giving back to their fans, right? Well, it seems more like they're taking from them. So, are they really role models or just clever marketers? I'll leave that for you to decide. So, are these young YouTubers the self-made success stories they claim to be? This is the question we've been grappling with, and the answer is as layered as the question itself. We've delved into the world of these ultra-rich young YouTubers, peeling back the layers of their glossy, glamorous lives to reveal the often uncomfortable truths lurking beneath. We've seen how the promise of quick fame and fortune can lead them down a path that's far removed from the authenticity they started with. Remember Sebastian Gheorghiu, Jordan Welch, and Iman Gadzhi? Their stories are a testament to the darker side of YouTube stardom. The illusion of authenticity they've created is a carefully crafted facade, a tool to draw unsuspecting viewers into their world. Their wealth and success, as it turns out, are not the result of hard work and talent alone, but a byproduct of exploitation and manipulation. These revelations have serious implications for the millions of young viewers who dream of emulating their YouTube heroes. The allure of instant success, the promise of untold riches, can easily lead them astray. It's easy to get lost in the glitz and glamour and forget that real success takes time, effort, and a lot of hard work. This is not to say that success on YouTube is impossible, far from it. There are countless success stories out there. Genuine self-made YouTubers who've reached the top through their talent, creativity, and relentless dedication. But it's essential to remember that these are the exceptions rather than the rule. The world of YouTube is a complex, challenging landscape, and navigating it requires more than just a desire for fame and fortune. It requires authenticity, a clear vision, and an unwavering commitment to your craft. So next time you see a young YouTuber flaunting their wealth, remember, there's always more to the story. And that story might not be as rosy as it appears on screen.